Hey everyone, my name is Cheri Stoka and I'm owner and founder of Waylos MD. And I'm here with Robert Croker today. I'm going to talk a little bit about Robert's story with Waylos MD. I think most people will really find it very inspiring and kind of touch many hearts because a lot of people deal with many different weight issues and, people over time get very discouraged, and Robert has a really awesome story, and we're going to just touch on some main points and hopefully, really motivate and inspire others. So welcome, Robert.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm obviously, super excited that you decided to be on camera with me and speak your mind and share your story.
Hollywood, here I come.
There you go. There you go. So I'm going to kind of just outline, overview of when you came to us, and then we'll talk a little bit more about like your mindset and kind of all the different things that you've done over, over the last 5 years. But you came to us in 2019. So I think July is actually the 5-year mark.
Right. 5-year mark.
And you came to us, and how much did you weigh at that time?
Well, when I walked in the door that morning, I weighed 401 pounds.
Yes. Yeah.
Difficult to say, but good to say as well.
Yeah, exactly. So you came in and again, just entirely a different mindset. What was going through your mind at that point?
I had recently retired from a law enforcement position. Probably retired earlier than I should have or needed to or would have if I didn't weigh what I did.
Right.
I guess always tired, lack of energy, poor diet, zero movement or exercise. And it was a physical from my doctor and people that had talked to me about Waylos MD that I hit the wall one day and said, well, I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah. And you came in, you were definitely, at a morbid obese state. Again, I think you were very open and willing to share, just be transparent about how you felt and things like that. So yeah, so here we are. You are 150 pounds lighter, and your goal is to lose another 30 pounds.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about like what all happened in between, because I am always, really encouraging people or helping people understand that weight loss is not about, the 4-week program or the 6-week program. It is something you work at all the time.
Right.
And you're not working at it and following structured plans all the time, but you're thinking about things, you're trying new things, you're changing, different habits. So talk about one of the first programs. So you did HCG first.
Right.
And you had really good results. So talk a little bit about that program and really how that started to change things for you.
Well, it started with the education here at Waylos, where they surround you like with a team, which is what I needed. Sometimes, like you'll hear, it takes a village to raise a child. Sometimes it takes a village to lose 150 pounds.
Yeah.
So they surrounded me with education, grocery lists. They never put a timeline. Like I said, you have 6 weeks, because after 6 weeks, then what do you do then? You know what I mean? So they really helped me change my mind as how I thought about this. This is a 52-week, 365-day a year plan. It never really ends. What you put into it is what you get out of it.
Yeah.
And for once in my life, at the age of 52, 53 years old, I started to put something into it, and then you could really see the results.
Yeah. And a lot of people will say that, they keep trying different things and it doesn't work. And I think for you, because you were seeing results so quickly, while, HCG was good for you. It's kind of like your go-to when you need a reset. And that, you can talk about it, but that really started to change kind of your motivations, I would imagine.
Yeah. Once the domino started to roll in a positive direction, then you started to feel better about yourself, look better, feel better, sleep better, you're eating better.
Right.
Everything starts rolling positively. Then that really gets you going. Once the tires start moving forward,
right,
you feel good about it. You start to believe in the program.
Right.
And I would check in weekly as well here. So I would get to meet with my team every week,
Right.
and they would always talk to me, educate me. We would do weigh-ins,
Right,
you don't just come in once and then not come back,
Right.
It's a continuation.
right. So what were some of the big things, the big changes that you made over the course of, the last 5 years?
Well, it would be my overall gut health, my eating
Yeah,
and my water intake and my exercise. And then you combine that with the HCG.
right.
Once you put all that together, then you start to lose weight, but it really had to improve your gut health.
Yeah, no,
And
absolutely.
the diet, because you can't out exercise a poor diet, which is what you
Right.
told me like on day
Right,
one.
right.
And I think there are many times in my 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s where I tried to out exercise, which was a poor diet. And eventually the poor diet wins
Right.
every time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, absolutely, absolutely. And it's still to this day, even just looking at you, I mean, you just were a different person at that time.
Mhm.
You come in here now and you have all this energy, you're happy, you are sharing, you just got back from vacation.
Yeah.
With your daughter. And again, I think that's an important piece too, because just people tend to think, when they're health conscious and they're on a mission, they're trying to get healthier, that it's going to be miserable.
Right.
So, and you've been working at this for 5 years, and there's been ebbs and flows.
Oh, it sure has, yeah.
I mean, there's life
Yeah.
happens,
Right,
but it's always coming back to what's important.
right.
So, here we are now. And, again, you came in, you're like, I just had an incredible vacation. You tell me a little bit more about like your goals now moving forward.
Well, now that the vacation season is over, I'm ready to get going again. And if I could lose another 30, 35 pounds, I would weigh what I did my senior year in high school.
Right,
Which
right.
was in 1988. So I'm real close to being, and then I want to get there and then sustain that as well.
Yep, absolutely.
I think that would be good for my age and for my overall wellness. Right now, though, I feel great physically, spiritually, emotionally.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm doing really well. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely. Yeah, so we're gonna get you started today on the HCG drops.
Mhm.
So that's like a 4-week program. And we'll keep people posted on how you do. So now the pressure's on,
Oh,
right?
we're
Pressure's
back.
on, but you always do really well. So it is the mindset, because, these resets they really are helpful,
right.
because, there's certain times where you're ready for that and you're not. And so we'll be doing that. And just to kind of, I guess, just to wrap up, and, because obviously you can be an example for so many people. I mean, especially at this day and age, people are really struggling. So what would you say, I guess, just any last words of encouragement or anything like that?
I guess just somehow you got to get the tires moving forward.
Yeah,
And it's not, one thing I learned is you don't have to be perfect, but you can be consistent.
absolutely.
And that's what I try and remember every day. I'm not perfect, and during my vacation with my daughter, I wasn't always perfect.
Right,
But what you can be consistent, I'm back now, I can be consistent and you can still enjoy your stuff, enjoy
Right.
your family. And it's about being happy and moving forward. Because once the tires stop, they start to roll back again.
absolutely.
So that's all. I don't have the magic pill, but I know surrounding yourself with the community at Wayless helped me.
Yeah.
And if it can help me, it can help others.
Yeah, and I think when I think about you and how excited you were about sharing your vacation, I
Yeah.
mean, if that may have not happened if,
Right.
you were in that state of health that you were in 5 years ago.
That's true. That's some of the hikes and some of the physical stuff that I did with my daughter.
Yeah,
There was no way that would have been done 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
There's just no way.
yeah, right. I mean, it's just completely changed your
I
life.
mean, even something as simple as like horseback riding. 5 years ago, they wouldn't even let me go horseback riding because I was too heavy for the horse.
Wow.
And now we go hiking and horseback, and we do physical exertion type things, because when you got a 25-year-old daughter, you gotta roll with her.
Absolutely.
Now I'm able to do that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
When before I would avoid it.
That's amazing. Awesome. Well, we're going to wrap this one up. We are going to go back on in 4 weeks
All right.
to talk about your results from this next program that we're going to do. And keep this going for you.
Yeah, and to you, I just want to say thank you. You've always been available to me. Anytime I've needed, even if it's just been a quick text or a message or a phone call, you've never left me hanging, so I
Yeah,
appreciate that too.
of course. I mean, anything for you.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.